Working from front to back, the first thing that we do is to fit the Susie coils and line filters. There are two Susie coils, a red and a yellow. The yellow Susie coil is used for supplying the brake signal from the tractor to the trailer, and the red Susie coil is used for supplying the air to the trailer that is going to be used to eventually brake the trailer. The red Susie coil also serves another purpose in that it activates the emergency relay valve into braking the trailer in a breakaway situation. Also, if the air supply from the tractor drops to a critically low level, typically around about 4 bar, the emergency relay valve on the trailer will detect that low pressure in the red Susie line and it will brake the trailer. The next part of the installation is to fit the shunt valve. The shunt valve should be fitted on the near side chassis rail of the trailer, preferably at the front. When the tractor red line is connected to the trailer, the shunt button will be out. The next part of the installation is to fit the brake chambers. Firstly, it's necessary to remove the hydraulic rams, and this is usually a fairly straightforward process. In this case, the trailer manufacturer has already fitted the brake chamber mounting brackets onto the axle. Often this is the case, but if your trailer does not have the brake chamber mounting brackets, then TractAir supply universal brake chamber mounting brackets. These can be fitted to either round axles or square axles, and you don't need to specify. The brake chambers need to be adjusted so that at biting point the angle between the brake lever and the brake chamber push rod is 90 degrees. This is normally done at the end of the installation when we have air available in the system. Next, we are fitting the air tank. This is usually fitted to the chassis rail of the trailer. Often there are pre-welded brackets on the chassis rail, but if not, it's a fairly simple step to fabricate your own or source them from TractAir. Many tanks still have the manual drain valve. If this is the case, the tanks must be drained on a daily basis to prevent moisture build-up within the air brake system.
Any issues that arise with air brake systems tend to be associated with moisture build-up in the system. Now, usually on a tank you'll have a water drain down valve here, but to avoid any problems you have to make sure it's drained down at least once every day. Instead, TractAir have got this clever little auto drain down valve which, for the sake of 20 quid, gets rid of all the moisture in the system constantly. It's just, to change it, it's just a really simple job of unscrewing the standard manual valve and inserting this auto valve. Just a case of pinching it up with a spanner and it's sealed and ready to go.
Here we have the main control valve. This particular valve has 3 functions. The first function is that it senses the weight in the trailer so it can modulate the braking. The second function is it receives a raw signal from the tractor and relays it to the brake chambers to brake the trailer. And importantly, it has another function, and that is to apply the brakes to the trailer in an emergency breakaway situation or in a situation where the tractor loses its air pressure in its reservoirs to a critically low level. the system is all piped up, we have to test the system. Couple the trailer to the tractor, and when you're happy that the load sensing valve has been set to the unladen position, road test the tractor and trailer combination. This must be done off highway and on level ground, and with a gradual moving to a more acute braking action. Further testing can then be carried out by your dealer with accurate pressure gauges. A ballpark expected pressure delivered to the brake chambers would be around 2 bar for an unladen trailer and around 6 bar for a fully laden trailer. However, these pressures are ballpark figures only, and due to the infinite degree of foundation brakes available on the market, these pressures will need to be fine-tuned specifically to each trailer. When connecting the trailer to the tractor, always connect the yellow line first and then connect the red line. When disconnecting the trailer from the tractor, always disconnect the red line first and then disconnect the yellow line. The reason for this is the disconnecting the red line automatically applies the brakes on the trailer. When the tractor red line is connected to the trailer, the shunt button will be out. The trailer is now ready to be moved. When you're happy with the unladen test, load the trailer to its maximum permitted plated weight and repeat the test. The tractor and trailer combination should brake in the same fashion as the tractor only braking test. If overbraking is detected, fine adjustment can be carried out with the load sensing valve.
I'm here with Nick Constantine from TractAir to learn about how the company's air braking system works. So Nick, just take us through the various steps.
Okay, here we have the heart of the air brake system, the air brake compressor. This particular compressor is belt drive, and it takes its drive from the engine fan belt. The compressor is supported on its own support bracket, and it takes a lubrication supply from the engine high pressure side, and this oil is then returned back into the engine by the return hose here. This is the clean air supply to the compressor.
Cleverly, to ensure all the air going into the compressor is clean, it's taken from here, the feed, after the main engine air cleaner.
The air that's generated by the compressor passes through this pipe here, and it's stored in this air reservoir that's hidden under the step. System pressure is regulated by this pressure regulating valve.
Or what some people might call the blow-off valve.
Yeah, or an unloading valve.
So how exactly do the air brakes get activated?
Yeah, we have a trailer control valve here, and this valve takes a signal from the tractor's hydraulic brakes, and through these pipes here, it senses that braking action on the tractor, and it converts it into an air pressure signal that's delivered to the trailer.
It looks like a pretty complex bit of kit. What are all the other bits on there for?
Yeah, well, we have some more valves in the system. We take a signal from the parking brake circuit, and we have a predominance valve that controls the pressures. But eventually, all of these pressures are delivered to the couplings at the back of the tractor, and they deliver the air pressure signals to activate the trailer brakes.
So how do you make sure that the trailer brakes in harmony with the tractor?
Yeah, well, we also take a signal from the brake light circuit, and effectively what we do is we pre-charge the trailer control valve, and by doing that we have an instantaneous signal from the tractor's brake light circuit, which occurs momentarily before the tractor starts its braking application. That then charges the brakes on the trailer, making the trailer start to pull up just before the tractor starts its braking application, and that way we make sure that the trailer doesn't impose any load at all on the tractor's braking system. So here we have the two couplings to connect up to the SUSI coils on the trailer. We have the yellow coupling. This is the brake signal to the trailer, and we have the red coupling. This supplies the air to the trailer reservoir. Sometimes you may see a different coupling, the palm coupling, and that's more commonly used in Europe.
I've also noticed on the back of here, Nick, that in addition to the sort of standard lighting socket, you've got another electrical socket. What's that for then?
Yeah, this is the ABS socket that we've fitted to the back of this tractor so that it can brake a trailer fitted with ABS.